Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today I have a very interesting and special unboxing. Now, there's no box because this is part 3 of a 3-part unboxing. I received a box from one of my subscribers, and they sent in a Jack Wolf knife, a beluga from Petrified Fish, which both were first-time experiences. Never handled a petrified fish, never handled a Jack Wolf knife before. Both were great. Now we're going to take a look at this Hogue, and I believe this is the Hogue Deka, and that's a first for me. I've had a Hogue Doug Ritter MKS. I really liked that one a lot. It was really big. I got the full version. I really would like to get the mini, but I'm waiting for the carbon fiber and MagnaCut. I thought he was, Doug Ritter was talking about that. That's the one I would love to get. But I've also really wanted to check out the Deka because I hear this is a huge contender with the Benchmade, and they make some awesome scales for this, and I like the aesthetics of this knife a lot. So let's go ahead and dig right into this. Ooh, all right. This nice little case, by the way. That is a really cool design, though. So that's the G10. It's got the Able lock. So that's the Hogue version of the Axis lock. It's called the Able lock. If you notice, it's got a kind of cool little design on there. I like that. This looks almost like a rattlesnake, if you will. That's kind of a cool look, and it's layered in there. Definitely a G10 sort of layered version. I like that. Yeah, is it G10 or is this carbon fiber? I think it's, I don't know. I'm not sure now. I feel like I need a flashlight because I am baffled by the layers of this. Let's see. Does it reflect like G10 or like carbon fiber? I think it's G10. It sure has some unique kind of a layered version of the G10 that reminds me a little bit of carbon fiber. Very cool. Okay, so I like the deep pocket carry clip. Now the only thing I wish there were recessed screws, because not a lot of clearance, as you can see there. You may catch on your clothing. It would be nice if those were recessed screws, but that's okay. Got the little duckbill kind of a clip here. You can definitely clear it. You might catch a little bit, but it's not a heavy duty clip, so that's cool. I assume this is probably a steel clip, right? We've got definitely captive pivot. We see the one side here. These looks like these are all T8 torque screws, and it looks like you can, it's left and right. So it's right hand, left hand friendly. So it's definitely a lefty friendly, nicely centered. Can we see that? Yeah, there we go. Nicely centered. That's cool. And here's the thumb studs and some nice jimping on top. This is traditional of Hogue Deka, or at least Hogue thumb studs. I had this on the Doug Ritter MKS. This was really, really cool. So let's go ahead and give it a flip. Ooh, that was really smooth. Oh, that closed really nice. Wow. So I've never experienced a Hogue smaller version of their Able lock. I had the big one. That the Doug Ritter was a really big knife. It was almost too big, and that's why eventually I sold it, because I really wasn't carrying it. It was kind of awkward and hard to manipulate. I definitely want to get that mini, but man, this is a nice alternative. I know Original Goat makes some awesome titanium and aluminum scales for this, and that would look so amazing on this, I think. Yeah, okay, I like this a lot. And I like this nice little reverse tanto, I guess you could call it a reverse tanto. I don't know if I'd call it a Warncliffe, but maybe it's a Warncliffe, but it sure looks like a reverse tanto. It has a dual grind, though. So this is a pretty heavy-duty grind here, probably for a really hard, tough cut push. Here's a little thinner for a more slicey version of it. That's nice. Let's see here. I got medium, large hands. Definitely got a full grip on here. Definitely even have a little room, so probably can get up to extra large hands. And if you do choke up a little bit, you could choke up. You got to be careful of that sharpening tool, but you could hold up here. Definitely get you up to maybe a XX, 3X kind of hand. Pretty thin blade, so it's going to be a nice slicer. Does come down to a pretty thin edge here. Yeah, this is definitely more robust. You can feel this is a much more robust edge over here than this one. So yeah, this definitely is probably your tough blade if you're cutting something really heavy over here. Let's feel that edge. Oh, that edge is nice and sharp for sure. Yeah, okay, it's got a nice little pokey tip there, which is great for, dog food, cat food, mulch, dirt, whatever you're working on outside in the yard. I do like that Axis lock. That's really nice. Yeah, that's really cool. And so it has a Mega Spring. So Mega Springs are really, really reliable. I had one Omega Spring break, and it was unusual because it was a knife I took apart several times, and it could have been when I reassembled it. Maybe the screw wasn't. Excuse me. I had one Omega spring break one time, and it could be because of the way taking it apart, maybe I did something to the spring, but otherwise I've never had any issues with Omega springs. I really do like that. I really like that. Easy to reverse flick. And the nice thing about Axis lock is, right, you can treat it kind of like a button lock, right? It opens and closes, but this one closes really, really nice. It's very smooth. It almost feels like it's on washers, but I'm pretty sure that's phosphor bronze. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Yeah, it's phosphor bronze washers in there. But man, that is a smooth, smooth action on that for sure. You can feel that. All right, so as I get up here, the jimping's really nice. Let's see here for a push cut. Yeah, definitely got a nice tip that works really, really well for that all day long. You can really take care of that. Yeah, so, you know, the thumb stud are a little bit in the cutting path, especially if you're doing a heavy cut there, so it might catch on that. I like the texture on the G10. Gives you nice grip, nice traction. You're not going to lose your grip. Sometimes they can get slippery, and that doesn't feel like it at all. Easy to reverse flick. Can I get in there? No. If it was a high flat grind, I could probably get my thumb in there and do a reverse middle finger, get in there, reverse flick. But the thumb studs work really nicely along with the Able lock. It really does work really nicely. Yeah, I really like that. That's really cool. Very, very cool. And it's, you know, it's got some tension and traction, but it's not too strong, so that's really nice. I do like that a lot. Again, I really do like the texture and the layers here of this G10 to create this pattern. It does almost look like a rattlesnake or something. I really think that's cool. Very, very cool, especially over here. I don't know if this is like a rattlesnake design, whatever, but it's cool. All right, so let's take a look. This is USA made, so this is all USA made knife. It's a Elishewitz, and it's CPM 20 CV. So it's CPM 20 CV. Now, one thing that's really nice to know, being USA made, Hogue does a really great job on their heat treats, especially their 20 CV. So it's heated up to that 61, maybe 62, I think at least 61 Rockwell hardness. A lot of times you get CPM 20 CV and people will do 58, 59. That's not great. 60 you want minimally, right? But 61 would be ideal. And I think Hogue typically does that really, really well. So that's really cool. Yeah, the action's really nice on this one. That's really surprising. I mean, it's not surprising. It's a nice surprise. Let's put it that way. It's a really nice surprise. Yeah, the grip is pretty good. I mean, it is chamfered a little bit here on the edges. I mean, it's not contoured, but there's no sharp corners, which is really nice. With the way the design of this lock bar here going across for this Able lock, it's got some nice texture. It's really easy. Just put your fingers flush and pull down and close it. So, you know, sometimes people have to get real specific, get in there, pinch on it. This way, you've got immediate traction and it works really nicely. So that's always the benefit of some kind of cool design like that. So yeah, my first impressions are really nice, great action, very smooth Able lock. I do wish it was a little more room in here for the pant pocket, for the deep pocket carry clip. But you know what? There's good news. Original Goat and even I believe DLT and some other places, they sell aftermarket clips, and I believe even Lynch Clip makes aftermarket clips for this very purpose. And I believe his are flushed, so you can get a really nice aftermarket clip. And I would recommend that because Lynch clips, you know, they're titanium, they have better flexibility. So if you bend it out, it's not going to just retain that stretchiness. I don't have a magnet on me. I could see if this was steel. I suspect this is probably steel. But the Lynch clip are titanium, so they're not magnetic and have more flexibility. So there's a benefit of that. I do like, you can also see where it comes in and jumps over the lock bar here in the back of the blade. You can see, so what you'll see is the spring right here. You'll see how it comes in. This is when it opens, it's in lock position, then we release it, and you see where it just comes over and it pulls it right in. Very, very nice. Now, I do like the fact that the tip has a little bit of robustness to the top, so it does have a little bit of strength. Still comes to a very thin, pokey tip, which, like I've already said, is really great for work and for cutting things. Really makes it a functional knife. So yeah. Now, typically this is not my kind of design. I'm not into the, you know, rattlesnake, but it's not bad looking. It really is. It's not bad looking at all. I don't hate it. And sometimes, you know, there's certain colors and designs I'm not a big fan of. And this one, you know, I think in the pictures I would probably have said no, but looking at it up close, I'm pretty impressed with it. I'll just tell you, my first impression is this is kind of cool, okay? It is pretty cool. It definitely is not something I'd go out of my way to pick, but having gotten it and looking at it and handling it, I do like it. I would not say no to a knife like that for sure, right? So if you guys happen to come across this and you're on the edge, I think it's better than maybe any of the pictures depict. It really is nice. So let's kind of do a little close-up so you can kind of get a look at that. You can see the texture all around here. So let's kind of see if we can get a nice light on here. Can I kind of show that a little bit? Yeah, so you can see some of that texture. That's really nice, right? So that really helps. And that's on both sides. So that gives you a little extra grip. You can see the layers back there. You've got, what, 1, 2, 3 standoffs, which is nice. We've got the thumb studs right there. We got the blade pretty thin, and there it is with the blade stop right in there. And here's the lock bar with the Omega springs right in there. And there's the screw. Kind of a cool Hogue design, that kind of a three-prong to the pivot there. All T8s, which I really like. Yeah, I'm pretty sure even the clip is a T8, which is really, really nice. So, and when you open it, there's a unique blade, compound blade design. I like that. So Hogue Deka does have a little bit of boarding. It's not tremendous. It's just not great. And then you have Elishewitz right there and CPM 20 CV, which is nice. So it's not too terrible. It is relatively blacked out, as you can see. And so let's just kind of take a look at the whole knife as a whole here. Really cool. I like that. All right, so very nice. I do like this a lot. That is really, really cool. Yeah, definitely. Well, very cool. Well, if you like this video, if you like the content, if you found it entertaining, worthwhile, or just interesting, would you consider hitting the like button down below? If you've already hit that like button, would you consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the channel really helps us out, helps the channel grow, allows us to do more things, bring more content. And I would really appreciate that. So thank you so much. And if you've already hit the subscribe button, would you please consider hitting the notification button so you can be notified of future content? We need more watched hours to help the channel grow. So, you know, that way you can hear about and find out about new videos that we drop. You know, I try to be honest, try to give you my true impressions. You know, they may not always be the impressions people want to see, but they are my impressions, right? So, if nothing else, at least you'll be impressed by my impressions because they'll have impressed their impression upon you impressively. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, sorry, a little too many impressions there. If you've liked all that, then maybe would you consider also checking me out on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. That's again on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Hey, thanks so much for watching. You guys have a great day and a great week. Bye.